Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Dave Champetro with the Siemon Company Technical Services, and in this video I'll be covering the terminations of our UltraMAX outlet. Let's get started. Here we have the UltraMAX hybrid outlet. This version can be mounted into a faceplate in either the flat or angled orientation. We also offer a keystone version. This red bezel here is a little bit different than the hybrid. As you can see, it's compatible with standard keystone openings. And this version, which doesn't have any bezel on there at all, is what we call the panel mount style. And this is designed specifically for the UltraMAX patch panels. It just snaps into the patch panel cavities. You can see how that works on a separate UltraMAX patch panel video. Today I'll be featuring the hybrid version. There's also a termination cap that gets installed after termination. I'll show you how that goes on. Now all versions are available in Category 5E, Category 6, and Category 6A unshielded only. The tools that are required, first of all, we highly recommend the PowerGUARD insert for outlet stability during the punch-down process. Any of the three versions will fit into this cavity and give you some stability for both lacing and punching down with a punch-down tool. Any standard 110 punch-down tool will work on any of the versions. We do also offer a 4-pair high-impact tool. This is designed specifically for the UltraMAX product. And this is primarily for punching down on the back of the loaded patch panels, but it could also be used on the terminations with the outlet mounted in the PowerGUARD insert. We just highly recommend that you keep it on a flat, stable surface when you use this tool, as opposed to holding it in your hand, which can be done, but probably not as safe this way. So flat, stable surface is best practice for using this tool. Again, primarily for the loaded patch panel option. There are separate videos on both this 4-pair tool as well as the PowerGUARD insert if you want to learn more about those tools. Today I'll show you the termination with the 110 single position tool. I have 3 cable types here. This larger one is the Category 6A. This is the 5E. I'll show the termination with this one, the Category 6. So as mentioned, 3 unshielded categories to choose from with UltraMAX. Trim off the center isolator, being careful not to nick your conductors. These lacing channels and IDC contacts will accept a range of conductor sizes. The most common will be 23 or 24 gauge solid, but will also accept the conductors as small as 26 gauge stranded or as large as 22 gauge solid, depending on the insulation thickness. Now you'll notice universal A or B wiring scheme is labeled on the back here. You can choose the T568A or T568B scheme. And this linear lacing design is very similar to our ZMAX module, which has the same linear lacing pattern. If you choose the B scheme, follow the colors on the side of the module here. If terminating to the A scheme, simply follow the colors on the A side. As you can see, the brown and the blue are always the same. It's just the green and the orange that get swapped. So the cable can enter either direction. It doesn't matter which wire scheme you're using. So you can see that the slots are colored. Let's zoom in here a little closer. The colors are printed across the center of the slots. There's a wider band, as you can see, for the brown or the solid brown, and then a narrow band for the white brown, and so on for the blue, the orange, and the green. I'll do the B scheme here for you today, so the cable can enter in either direction, as I mentioned. And since I'm right-handed today, I'll just show you the cable coming in from the left side here. First, get your conductors arranged accordingly. So you can see for the B scheme, the outside pair is orange as it corresponds to the colors on the B side. Orange toward me, then the green, followed by the blue, then the brown. So the slots here are designed to capture the cable jacket and guide the cable into place to the termination point. You do want the jacket edge to be fairly close to the termination point, within about a half an inch for best performance. So you can see the solid brown should be first, starting at the top. So just open up the pair a little bit and lace it into the slot. Same with the blue. You'll feel it pop down into place when you're lacing. And then again for the B scheme, make sure you're going green next. So the way I'm holding this, the whites are all toward me, which makes it a little more intuitive color pattern to follow. Then finally the orange pair, just double check all the conductors, make sure they're pressed down completely into the correct slots. Okay, now you're ready to punch this down. Again, you can punch this down on a flat, stable surface or into the palm of your hand. Make sure the cutting side of the tool is arranged properly. 1 or 2 punches should be sufficient. And by the way, you could use either the high or the low impact setting on these tools if you have that option. Either one is fine. Okay, there you have your termination. And by the way, this cable, as I mentioned, can enter in either direction, but in a patch panel scenario, you would want to tilt the cable to come straight back for securing to the wire manager, of course. But in a workstation environment, the cable can go up, down, left, right, virtually any direction. You may just want to decide ahead of time which side will work best for cable entry to accommodate your pathway direction. The termination cap is your last step. This will just snap into place. It's not keyed, so it'll fit either orientation. And this will provide some additional strain relief and keep your conductors in place. Now, if the cap's not snapping on securely, may be that the conductors weren't punched down completely, so give those a quick look. Maybe repunch those to make sure that cap's going on properly. For more information on the UltraMAX product line, visit Siemon.com. Thanks for joining us.